All right. Well, I just wanted to start out by saying that I think everybody kind of knows that game about Kevin Bacon, the actor, and all the layers of Kevin Bacon and how everything can be related back to him. And I think everything can be related back to Diane Green as well.
That's great.
Well, I'm not sure what that means, but me and Kevin are, best of buddies, and I like bacon, so.
Okay, I'm going to let you take over, Amanda. I'm muting myself, so I'll move you ahead here.
Okay. After listening to Suzanne, when I graduated from undergraduate in 2007 and did some woofing, Worldwide Opportunity on Organic Farms, and actually woofed on a farm where one of Diane's apprentices was running the show, Alicia Best. And so that's why I think that everything gets kind of has a path back to Diane. So I'm going to talk about the labor portion of what we learned.
Amanda, excuse me for interrupting, but you're not very loud. Any chance you can talk a little louder?
Yes, I'm talking right next to my microphone. My phone. Is this better? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're still pretty faint.
I can hear her just fine.
Did you call in?
I did, yeah. I'm talking on my cell phone.
Okay, you might turn the volume up on your phone if you could.
Okay.
But I can hear her just fine.
Oh, okay.
So.
Go ahead then.
Okay. So my husband and I started our business, Sticky Fingers Farm, in 2010, and we were planning on, my parents bought a farm outside of Troy, Idaho. It's 134 acres, and we were planning on growing and selling produce at farmers markets. But my husband, after we had been traveling in New Zealand and went to a really neat ice cream shop, had the idea that we could sell ice cream, and going from that idea to actually having an ice cream business has been a really long journey. But we have come a long way, and so primarily we sell at farmers markets. This is a picture of an article that we had in Mary Jane Farm magazine. This is a picture of us selling at I think the Tuesday Co-op Growers Market in Moscow, Idaho. And so our busiest season is the 6 months that there are farmers markets in Moscow. The Saturday farmers market is the main market that we sell at. And last year, or a year and a half ago, we started packaging our ice cream and dairy-free frozen desserts and selling it at the Moscow Food Co-op. Go ahead and go to the next slide, Cinda, please. Oh, back one. Can you go back one slide, please?
I'm sorry. I'm the only one having a hard time hearing you. So the next slide?
Yes. No, back one.
Oh, okay. There. Sorry.
Okay. So we grow a number of ingredients on the farm that we use in our ice cream. And then we built a little commercial kitchen in our garage where we make everything. And this is a picture of me pouring some ice cream base into our batch maker. and the ice cream coming out. We actually started out by renting the community center, the 1912 center in Moscow, and using little family ice cream makers that you had to use rock salt and ice. And we were really glad to be able to find a used batch maker and stop doing it the way that we were doing it. Go ahead and go to the next slide. This is a picture of some of our dragon carrots that we've grown. We have one flavor of ice cream called dragon carrot cake where we use these carrots in that ice cream. A year after we started selling ice cream, we also added hummus to what we make and sell. And this is a small pile of some of the garlic. We grow our own garlic and process it and then use that in our hummus throughout the year. And we also have blueberries that we planted a couple years ago, and this is an ugly winter picture of the blueberries in our farm. But that's another thing that we're thinking about, hoping to expand into one day, having blueberries that we can sell, or potentially having a you-pick blueberry farm. Next slide, please. And our business is really labor intensive. We don't have any machines that help us with the labor, so especially with the products that we package and sell at stores, they have to have barcodes and ingredient lists and look good for packaging. So we end up putting between 3 and 4 labels on every package, every pint of ice cream, and every package of hummus. And we do all that by hand, and it takes a lot of time to do that. And so one of the main things that we are going to be exploring and changing this year with our businesses is getting an employee to help with all of the labor that our business entails. Next slide. I had to include this picture because this is my son, 2-year-old son, and he is one of the primary reasons of why we have to get an employee. One of my econ classes in college, I remember the teacher talking about how people generally used to have more kids than they do have these days, and that was so that they had more labor to help on the farm. And I found that my child isn't being very much of a help, and he takes a lot of time. So we need to have someone come and help with parts of our business so that my husband or I can be spending the time with my son and watching him rather than paying friends to watch him while we go and sell at markets. Next slide, please. This on the left is a picture of my husband and I selling at the Saturday Moscow Farmers Market. And you can see my little boy in a backpack on my husband's back. And when he was younger, the first year after he was born, we brought him to all the markets, and he slept and was really easy to take care of at the market because he couldn't walk and just kind of sat there. And but now that he is a lot more active, he's not very happy trying to be in a booth for 5 hours on a Saturday. So last season we had some friends watch him every Saturday, and we paid them. And there's also a picture of my mom in the lower right-hand corner. My parents have been a huge, huge resource and support for our business. Last year we sold at the National Lentil Festival in Pullman and the Latah County Fair, and my parents have been really great about coming up and helping us as free labor for big events that we have. But we want to transition for a number of reasons. One is that we have a lot of new ideas and things that we'd like to focus on our farm, rather than having our entire summer taken up by making hummus and ice cream and selling that at markets. We want to expand what we're doing on our farm. And another reason why I'm excited to get an employee is because I would like to be able to spend more time learning new things and doing things that I really like doing. I enjoy the marketing aspect of our business and face-to-face time with customers and going to markets and the creativity aspect. But my husband and I are both getting a little bit burnout on some of the processing and labeling things that we've been doing over and over every day for a number of years now. So we hope to get an employee that can help with that. And one other reason is that I think that my husband and I would do better if we had a little bit more separation to all of the business decisions. If he had a role that something that he was in charge of more on the farm aspect, and I was in charge of the ice cream hummus aspect, we had a little bit more separation there. I think that would be helpful for us. Next slide, please. Actually, can you go 2 more slides forward? Thank you. So I got this off of I was exploring on the workers' compensation aspect, the Idaho Industrial Commission, and I found this on the website. The rule governing compensation for disability due to loss of teeth. A claimant under the workers' compensation law shall be entitled to compensation for permanent disability for the loss of each tooth other than wisdom teeth at the rate of 1/10 of 1% of the whole man. And I wanted to share that because it illustrates how I feel in ways about getting an employee. Just kind of overwhelmed and really kind of like, what the heck does that mean? And so in trying to wade through everything that has to be done to legally have an employee, I feel like there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of hoops you have to jump through. And so I wanted to explore that a little more and share what I've learned so far with everyone in the class, just in case someone else is hoping to hire an employee or more this summer. Can you go back 2 slides, Cinda, please? So as far as workers' compensation insurance goes, if you don't have workers' compensation insurance, it's a misdemeanor under Idaho law. So there are a few exceptions. What I found, basically, if you're paying an employee less than $600 in a whole year, or it's a family member, that's pretty much the only way to get out of having workers' comp insurance. So Christy Simon, I talked to her today, and she was helpful. I included her contact information, so if anyone wants someone to talk to about workers' comp insurance, you can talk to her. And there's a list on the Industrial Commission website of over 300 insurance carriers nationwide who are licensed to write workers' compensation insurance in the state of Idaho. Next slide, please. And just to give everyone an idea about how much you would be paying, there's a huge list of your rate per $100 of payroll that you would pay for workman's comp insurance. For us, I think falling under the ice cream manufacturing category, for every $100 of payroll we paid an employee, we'd be paying $2.54 for insurance. And some of the farm ones I included down below, so some are a lot higher than others. You could talk like the orchard driver would be paying 10% for each $100 of payroll. Next.